So behind me is a brand new building. This is really exciting. This is going to kind of serve multiple purposes, but obviously a place to create music, create art, just be creative. We've actually lived here for 3 years, and this has been in process for like 2. Part of that was trying to figure out how to actually make this happen financially. But all in all, it actually is really cheap on a month-to-month kind of cost basis. So we'll talk about kind of what it took to get to this point, what we've done so far, and kind of the plan going forward. So let's check it out. I'll grab the camera and we'll have a look. Okay, hey, I'm gonna film a video, okay? So no screaming, okay? Okay, so this building is 28 feet wide and 40 feet long. I'll put the metric up on the screen for you. And then 14 feet high walls. Now, because the pitch of the roof is, because the pitch of the roof is 512, I actually get, hey, I'm filming a video, silly. Yeah. I actually get 16 feet in the middle, which is an added bonus. Hey, don't tilt the tripod. Okay. Added bonus. I thought I was getting 14 feet, and actually I get a little less than that on the extreme sides because you have the support braces. But in the middle, I get 16, which is fantastic. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. That's crazy because in the last studio I had 12 feet, and now I have easily that. So, you know, plenty of space. So I forget what the math was on the square footage. It was somewhere around 1180 square feet. So it's almost a house, which is pretty crazy, but you know, given the cost of the middle buildings, it's like, okay, we could totally do this, you know? The concrete pad was probably disproportionately expensive, you know? The building and the pad were basically the same price. You know, we're talking $16,000, somewhere in there. And if maybe you want to do the same, concrete pad probably wouldn't be as much. I also have plumbing run, and so with that, I have to have footers, and the footers are basically a thicker portion all across the edge here. And so it's 4 inches thick in the middle, but it actually gets extremely deep out to the edge. And those are called footers. So it's you know, rebar and footers in there, and then we have plumbing runs. So we have, you know, a spot for a toilet, a little shower, a sink, hot water heater. So if I have like somebody comes over and, you know, they want to kind of freshen up, they could take a shower if they need to. So yeah, kind of the basics. If you have no plumbing, then maybe you don't have to do a concrete pad with footers, and you could do something more lighter duty. But for this, it was, you know, full-on house kind of concrete slab. So that's why it was so expensive. You know, $16,000, maybe 17. And then the building itself, it was like a down payment of $3.5 grand, and then 2 payments of $7,100, and then some extra costs for labor because we didn't want to rent a telescopic lift. So okay, whatever, you know, we'll do that. But all in all, you know, it's about the same for the pad and the building. So again, if you don't have this square footage, it could be substantially less. I just wanted to have enough to do everything that I wanted to do now and do in the future. Okay, so I'll just kind of show you around the building a little bit. Let's go. Don't pan it. Hey, just leave it. I got the shot, just leave it. Okay. So here's you could say the back left corner from where we were. The camera was just right over there. And from this angle, you can see the plumbing for the toilet mostly. There's also like a chase, which is like a tunnel. And That just allows them to run the water lines in. So, but yeah, this is pretty tall. This is not something that I'm used to. So, my old studio could have fit within this space right here. I mean, this was, 15 feet by about 25 feet and 12 feet high. And so this here is 16, I think these are both 8 feet. So this is 16 feet, and then this is, about from here down, that would have been my old studio. So plenty of room for a live room, a control room. I'm thinking just for now, go ahead and just do the exterior walls and really try to do lots of layers, lots of mass. And then later I can bust it into different sections if need be. So keep it kind of open, like an open studio where the control room is a part of the live room. That's kind of where I'm leaning for now, because, you section it off, it might be hard to, I don't know, it's just better to start open, I think. Decide what I want to do later down the road. I kind of want to keep my options open. What if I want to do an in-studio concert? It'd be nice to have an open space. What if I want to do more video gigs, really high-end video gigs? I want to have a more open space for that. Maybe even have the option of doing one of those green screens with the continuous walls that slope down to the floor. So I don't exactly want to limit my options with the space. Okay, so this is the plumbing for the toilet, a very small shower, and I believe the input kind of channel for the water coming in the building, and then a sink drain. And this will be for the bathroom and another sink that will be just kind of side by side here. There'll be a wall, and the bathroom sink will be on one side of the wall, and then we'll have a secondary sink, kind of a little kitchenette. So yeah, this is the plumbing. This is just to keep the concrete out temporarily. We got toilet, shower, water input, and sink drain. So this is one thing I was kind of curious about before I was able to actually see the building in person, is how stuff was constructed. Could I modify it later if I wanted to? Say if I wanted to do a huge window that looked out to a garden, could I do that? And hey, don't wiggle the camera. So, it's totally doable. We just have basically you could say a header, although there's no real weight put on this because, all the trusses of this building go fully down to the foundation. And so this here goes, from the ceiling, from the roof to the foundation. So this doesn't really, it's not distributing any weight is what I mean. And so we can freely move these pieces up or down. They're just connected with this brace here. So I'm sure this wouldn't be hard to modify if I wanted to do a bigger window in the future. And then the metal building, a Sawzall makes quick work of, opening up a larger hole for a window, just framing something out. So yeah, this is kind of a detail that I always wondered about. The spacing on the other, it's about 5 feet, so about 60 inches, but it's not consistent. I don't know why it's not consistent. So that's going to be a lot of fun to try to insulate if I'm trying to, apply insulation to the metal structure. But for now, I don't know. I'm kind of juggling the idea of doing a first layer of insulation just to the metal structure. But then part of me is like, screw it. I'll just put up a 2x4 wall and put real thick insulation and just attach it to the 2x4 wall, and it'll be, pretty close. Insulation will, kind of fluff out and be pretty close to the metal anyhow. So that's kind of a consideration that I'm thinking, and just with the cost involved, and this metal is really heavy. I kind of pictured this being lightweight, like camping poles that that are in like lightweight kind of things, but I mean, these are really heavy actually. So yeah, this is a bit more heavy duty than I imagined. I guess I just wasn't sure. I guess I kind of pictured aluminum, like just shiny metal is aluminum or aluminium, as some of you call it. So, but no, this shiny metal is not aluminium. It's actually some sort of steel. I don't know, the 500 steel, whatever it's called. But yeah, this is a cool little detail I want to show you guys. So this is the difference of 2 coats versus 1 coat on the floor here. We could see it's a pretty big difference. I mean, if I didn't put this coat on, this was applied the day of. So they started pouring, I guess, like 8 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning. And it was that night, so about 12 hours, I applied the first coat of the sealant. And I'll put the name of the sealant on the screen as far as what it is. But it reeks. It's not water-based, it's acrylic-based as far as I understand. Really, really hard. Just, very potent smell. I wore a mask, tons of ventilation, to do it here. But yeah, this is 1 coat, and that's 2 coats. So obviously I'll have to get some more of the stuff. But it looks really cool, Like I didn't really do anything special. This is just the concrete as is, and looks really nice. Okay, so this is kind of looking outside of where my mixing position might be, in control room, so to speak. But the idea is get the drainage here under control, maybe extend it out, have the deeper portion about here, put maybe a retaining wall here, kind of a drain or French drain in this area, and then have kind of a garden, and just have this kind of really cool vibe of like, you're just kind of soaking in like the greenery, as you're working in the studio. You can just kind of look out and see just lush greenery. It's kind of the idea, kind of my vision. So there's a door here on the corner, and so it's just kind of a cool little kind of nook that's built into the outside of the studio. So I can kind of come in and pop out here for a break, pop back in to get back to work without having to kind of go out into the rest of the yard where all the kids are and all the commotion is. So yeah, this is I think a pretty cool little spot that eventually it's going to happen. So hey, leave the camera alone. Okay. But yeah, have some perennials growing over there, some comfrey. Yeah, it's going to be a cool spot. Okay, so this is Gideon. This is Eli. And this here is Declan.
He's my little brother. Stop! And he's my little brother. Stop!
Okay, so let me know if you have any questions about this. Comment below what you'd like to know more about. If there's a specific topic I should feature more of, let me know. Let me know if you think this is cool. So it's very, very different from my normal videos, but this is kind of what I'm involved in for a season. So thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon. So I'm still waiting to see how working at home in a studio is going to work out. I don't know if the kids are going to come over and be in my shots from time to time, or if it's... Hey, that's running, by the way. Oh, are you pointing it towards me? Oh, thank you.
I can see your tractor. It's the sandbox.